welcome to part 1 of the mother-daughter tag. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel. I am Allenia. Please support me and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified of new content that I put out each week. So today we will be doing a paint and sip, a little paint and sip, and you will see right here the picture that we will be attempting to paint. We have our paints here. We have some glitter glue, we have silver, and we have gold. As you can see, we have our plate, our fancy dancy palette board that we have here, and we have our brushes. Okay, brushes. Okay, it might not work, but it's okay. But we do have our brushes, and we have a brush guide that tells you the strokes that your brushes can do. So as you can see, I took mine out because I am cheating, because I need help, okay? Sister needs help. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge me. And then we do have our 9x12 canvases that we will be painting on. So we have chosen to just kind of go, each one of us will ask a question from our question list. And sometimes you will see me going over here. I have my I have my laptop on the floor with my questions. And before we even get started with this and go into the questions, thank you everyone that participated and sent back questions. If you don't hear your questions specifically, it may be because it was just like another question, and what we did was we took the two questions, merged them together to actually have our list. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First, you're supposed to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Hi,
my name is Selena. I'm 19. I go to Frostburg State University. I'm a health science major, and then I'm in my second year now.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started after that wonderful introduction from my special guest.
You want it?
I want
it.
Okay. All right. Question number 1.
Question number 1. Favorite memory together?
Favorite memory. Because I traveled so much, I tried to think of creative things when she was younger, so that we could just have fun. And then it gave me an opportunity to have her try different foods and different things. So we would have Friday night Disney nights, and we might dress up and we would eat food. And my favorite one was Mulan, because girlfriend right here wanted to eat with chopsticks. And mind you, she was like 4, because she was in school. Well, she was in school at 3. And so we was eating with chopsticks. We would watch the movie. So it was a lot of fun. So that's one of my favorite memories of together. Okay. All right. So first question for me. How do you feel humanity is now based on what you've experienced so far, and with people, versus what you believe at your age it was like for me at your age? I think I answered that. I asked that correctly. Yes.
I feel like it's become harder to make a friend.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because like you had friends that lived near you, and you were able to go to their house, or y'all were able to meet up whenever. Mm-hmm. And like it was safe for y'all to be out at a certain time. It was safer for y'all to
gotcha, like
do certain things and stuff, but not for us, because people are crazy now.
Right.
So
right.
Well, people have always been crazy. It's just gotten worse.
Right. And mind y'all, I mean, just a little backstory. She went to a private school, and because really had to travel like about 25 to 30 minutes away to get her to school. And so she didn't have the opportunity to always, be around her friends at school. So I can understand that. Okay. Oh, your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you see in me that is like you, good and bad?
Oh, God. Why does mine look like mustard?
You gotta mix it.
How do you mix it?
Did you mix it?
I thought I did.
Oh, there you go.
I thought it would
looks
blend.
fine.
I thought it would blend. Oh, maybe I'm hitting it too hard. Like, I need to be
it
more
looks
savvy.
Fine.
Okay. All right. So the question was, what do I see in you, good and bad? Okay. So number one, your confidence is, and at times, sometimes it can be a negative though. But your confidence, you're confident, but not all the time in what I perceive that you should be. Because, but I think that's a learned thing. I had to learn it too. By making plenty of mistakes and, having my mama lay me out plenty of time. I think the confidence I think that's a plus. And then negative, I would say, like me, that I think you really fear how intelligent you are. And that you don't embrace it as much as you should and do the things that you need to do. It took a couple of years, and I'm hoping that it doesn't take you that long, but fearing, that's the negative, I think, how intelligent you are. Embrace it, baby, embrace it. All right. So next question is, what do you think of your mother as a person, as a friend, and as your mother is the next question.
As a person, I'll do person first.
Okay.
As a person, I think that you are very serious. You get things done, even though you are quick to go against the grain, if that makes sense. So, like, you're quick to say no, even to, like, the head person, if something's not right.
Okay.
Or if something's not, or if you feel like this isn't right.
Okay.
And I think I have gotten that from you. Gets me in trouble sometimes, but I mean, I have, because some things, you know it's not right. That's not right. I don't think that's a problem, honestly. It's what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and whatever is going on in that moment has to not be right for you to say something.
Right.
So, yeah. As a mother, I think you're a good mother. Like I said before, you get on my nerves sometimes, but, like, if your mother doesn't get on your nerves, then she's not doing right.
I'm doing a good job, y'all.
But, yeah.
Cool. And then as
a
friend.
As a friend, I would say now we're friends. We didn't used to be friends.
Right.
Now we're friends because there's a lot that's happened to where it's kind of like I understand it now. I understand better.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that even though, like, I had to think things through, like, oh, should I tell her this? But then, like, I had to also think, like, nothing really happened. Like, I wouldn't really get in trouble. Like, it wasn't anything illegal or,
right,
like, too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, I would tell you. So, I think you're a good friend.
Oh.
To me.
To you. To other
people too. But like, to me, the question was for me.
For you, yeah. Right. No, you're right. You're right. All right, your question.
Just going off the top of my head because my phone isn't open right now. Chocolate versus caramel. Because we had this discussion yesterday and we don't have the same mindset.
I like caramel. It's so yummy. It's so good and it's brown. Like,
comment down below if you like chocolate or caramel. Because this is ridiculous. Like, how do you not?
I like chocolate, but if I were to have a choice as a topping, I want caramel. Anything that had, yes, I want caramel.
Outrageous, but all right.
Oh, y'all, this is going to look so good. All right, my next question is, what do people think about me that you hope that one day they will think about you?
That she is the smartest person I know. And I know that nobody is going to come to me to proofread their papers because I'm not as good as a writer as you.
Right.
But for like math, yeah. I want to be the you of math.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Math.
You of math, you of like logical advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Oh, no, your question. Unless you wanted me to, while you get your phone, do a question.
No, I'm here.
She got it. She got it.
When you got pregnant with me, what was your first immediate feeling? Were you nervous, excited, sad?
I cried. Did not want to be pregnant, but I gotta tell y'all, it wasn't that. At the time, you know, I was going through things, you know, and I'm in my marriage, and it just was not the time. But y'all, I wasn't doing anything not to get pregnant, you know, so it was inevitable that it was gonna happen. So yeah, I cried. I was so sad, but it was under the circumstances that I was sad. And the next question is, if you could go back and tell your freshman self anything, what would it be?
Okay,
Yo, this is good.
My freshman college self.
Or, well, take your high school and then take your college.
Okay.
I think that's good.
So, my freshman high school self, I would just tell her, just do your work. It doesn't hurt. Just do it, you know?
Right.
It doesn't really hurt, like, at all.
Right.
Like, whatsoever. It's not gonna, you know, do anything. It's just gonna help you. My freshman first semester college self, I would tell her that not everything, you don't have to go to everything. Not everything is, you need to be there. Because it's a waste of time. And 8 times out of 10, it's not fun. So, and then you wasted 2 hours that you could have been doing work or studying.
Right. I think I'm gonna add a little blue. It won't look like the picture.
Okay.
Like
if you're
storm.
Storm. What is the biggest lesson that you have learned?
Ooh. Okay, the biggest lesson that I have learned is pay your bills on time, and credit cards are the devil. Seriously.
Don't co-pay for anybody.
And do not co-pay for anyone, but so take your finances seriously. All right. Okay. Mine is, all right, when you finish college, what are your views on having a family and a career? Ooh.
She said, ooh.
Ooh.
Personally, I don't see myself having children because I still want to travel and everything.
We're going to travel so she can bring me back lots of ornaments for our Christmas tree.
For the Christmas tree.
Yeah, for our Christmas tree. Me and Mr. Clarence need ornaments for a Christmas tree. All right, that was mine.
Okay.
So you're supposed to be prepared.
I'm sorry, I was painting.
Production.
Okay. What was the hardest part about raising me?
The hardest part about raising you was being away from you so much because of traveling for work. And that you didn't have a whole bunch of confusion, so making sure that I co-parented well. That was that's huge. That I could have been an evil, baby mama, and just like, her father could have been, a difficult baby daddy. But I putting her first in our decisions and how we dealt with each other was critical. And it was hard because you still have emotions, you still have thoughts and feelings, and you have to work through that along with raising you. Mm-hmm. And that right there can sometimes it was hard, like you talking about squeezing your hand, putting your nails in your skin to shut your mouth, kind of hard. So sometimes it was hard. So that I would say that just the co-parenting and leaving, not being with you as much as I would want to. Next question: why don't you call your aunt? But on top of that, she will call you auntie. She will call you. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite meal or dish that your mother cooks that you enjoy?
Vegetable meatloaf.
Vegetable meatloaf. Oh.
Either that or it's this fried chicken and it tastes sweet. But it's not.
Right.
You haven't made that in a minute, but...
No. Fried. I try not to fry food as much. I'm on that healthy journey. Poor my fellow. He be trying to get stuff out, but I try not to fry chicken as much.
If you could go back and give your 16 or 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Read it again.
If you could go back and give your 16-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Advice I would have given myself is you don't need a boy in your face. Period. Just like that. How did you go about picking your career choice, and what college to attend, pros and cons if you can, because this individual said that her daughter is going through the process of of choosing her colleges and things like that. So that's what that advice is for, is to kind of help her daughter out a little bit.
Yeah. So the process that I went through.
Yes.
I knew what I wanted to do first, and then once you know what you want to do, go to your guidance counselor, because when I went to my guidance counselor, I was like, I want to help people. I really enjoy chemistry, but I don't want to be a doctor. Mm-hmm. But I also don't want to be like the people at Target where they're just handing it to you. I want to be able to make it. So what is that called? And then my guidance counselor was like, she was able to tell me what it was. And then that's when I found out what I should major in. And then that's when I found out who I should look at and what college I should look at and stuff like that. And then look at cost. And then always remember that if you don't get into your parents' alma mater, that this is one. If you don't get into your parents' alma mater, it's okay.
It's okay.
2, if you don't get into a HBCU, it's okay. Because a college is a college. And if you don't get into a name college, if you go to community college, that's okay too. Because college is college. You get the same thing.
There. No, that's good. Oh, how's it your turn?
Because you just asked me about the college, how to pick a college.
Oh, I'm not keeping up. Production is, y'all, I'm telling you, sometimes, you know what, you have people, you sit up there and you hire people, and they don't, I'm going to have to have a meeting with production. Go ahead, that's okay, they know I'm talking about them.
Okay. Do you ever feel like you can really 100% trust somebody?
Woo! Trust is earned, and because of that, people earn how much trust you can give them. Mm-hmm. So, and then that way, if they make a mistake, then you have grace that you give them because you know that, you know what, I know the character of this person, and I know they wouldn't do X, Y, Z, or that they may not have meant it. Right. But again, can you fully trust someone? Yes, you can. But there are extents to it. Like the way I trust, my fella, and the way I trust my mother, and the way that I trust, you and the bonus, everyone has a different level of trust because of the relationship, my sister girl trust and things like that. So if I trust you out there with my daughter, then guess what? I trust you.
So you trust my friends?
I trust your friends in the place that they are in, because they're still growing.
Right.
So where they are with you, I trust them. So if you notice that if you were to come to me and something might be going on, a lot of times I'll say, give them, they're still learning, they're still growing. I might say something like that, right? So trust.
Right.
Levels of trust. That's a good question. Man, what y'all be thinking about? Y'all, that's that medical marijuana. I'm only joking. Gives good questions. So, next question for me is, tell me one phrase that I used tell me one phrase I use often that you would never use with your kids.
I mean, there's not a phrase that you have that I would never use. Mm-hmm. There's a phrase that I know, like, that I will use, but you weren't really reckless like that to a phrase that I would never use, if that makes sense.
Okay. So what's the phrase that you would use then?
Remember who you are.
Yay! I said that to her all the time in the morning time. And I said that for a reason because, she went to a majority white school, and it can be a challenge to be the only minority in a classroom. And so that was my way of letting her know that who she is great. Her uniqueness is wonderful, and she should not be afraid of it. She should not be afraid of it at all. She should embrace it. but also respect the diversity of others, because she's going to want to be respected as well. So that's why I said it to her. That's a good question. Very good question. Oh, it's not my turn. Why am I like trying to take all the turns, y'all? Take all.